Hi, Mark Gelfo, here on the first day of Greenbuild. Just came out of a session on the imperative of sustainable healthcare architecture. Robin Gunther and Gail Vittori talking about their book and some case studies. Just a couple of thoughts and points. Most of their presentation was on case studies of their books, focused on the imperative of sustainability in healthcare. The fact that healthcare is inherently a mission and value-based operation, so that sustainability fits in very well with that, and kind of the emergence of safety and environmental health and community benefit as drivers and measures for success in sustainable healthcare architecture, and how that can be used as an example for other sectors potentially. The idea that we can provide great health care and at the same time minimize the ecological footprint of the buildings that do it. One of the things I thought was interesting, they were talking about in the technology adoption life cycle, from early adopters, innovators to early adopters to early majority, late majority, and laggards, that it seems like on the energy efficiency side, maybe we've hit a chasm between the early adopters and the early majority, in that once everybody kind of adopts the easy stuff to do and getting to 10-20% energy savings, that we seem to have stalled, and that a lot of the most efficient hospitals in their case studies are doing things that are off-the-shelf technologies right now that every hospital could do. We talked about cogeneration being a common theme through their most efficient hospitals in their case studies. We talked about the targeting 100, the idea that hospitals can get to an EUI of 100 kBTUs per square foot per year using technologies that are available right now, which fits in with the 60% energy reduction goal of the 2030 challenge. And why aren't, these are things we can do right now, why aren't we doing more of them? So what I thought was the most interesting part was they took some of the hospitals in their case study, 15 LEED certified hospitals, and looked at the cost premium, because that's always the question we get asked. So cost premium of 15 LEED certified hospitals, from certified to platinum. Those 15 hospitals represented $3 billion of construction and over 5.2 million square feet, so a pretty good sample. They found that the average cost premium was 1.2% of construction cost. The highest were two hospitals that came in at 5%, but those were very small hospitals. So if you look at the cost premium of hospitals over 100,000 square feet, which is most hospitals, that cost premium dropped to 0.67%. And they really didn't find any correlation between the level of certification and the cost premium. So platinum certification didn't necessarily cost more than base certification. And one of the things that you have to realize is, what we always say is, when you're talking about cost premiums of sustainable buildings, that's compared to what? So they define the zero cost premium as if the construction budget did not go up. So if you can incorporate a strategy on one project that is a standard or a baseline, that might not be considered a cost premium, but on another hospital that maybe didn't consider that a standard, that might have been considered a premium. So compared to what is always the question when we're talking about the cost premium. But 0.67% for LEED certified hospitals, that's nothing. The other part that I thought was pretty interesting was when they surveyed those hospitals and asked what the motivation for LEED certification was. It wasn't actually operating or energy efficiency. That was only about 8% of the hospitals listed that as their motivating factor. The majority listed things like civic leadership, community benefit, occupant health and safety. Those were very high percentages. Those three basically made up almost 75% of the reasons. Not what I thought it would be, which would have been the energy efficiency and cost savings. Certainly a benefit, but not the main driver for why most sustainable healthcare and hospitals are going that way. So it's a good session. Hope you enjoyed the summary.